We're back.
We're Black and White Randomz Podcast. I'm T. A.K. Scott. This is
Trish.
Alrighty. So we back with another random podcast topic.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, on topics.
If you haven't been here before.
Yeah, pretty much. This is obviously the podcast where we talk about a bunch of random things.
Yep. Different topics on almost every one.
It can be popular world events.
Opinion-based, top 10s, random reactions. We're open to suggestions. You got a suggestion? Let us know.
Let us know. Just make sure if it's first time here, please give us that thumbs up, hit that like button for us.
Come back.
Comment, share.
Come back.
Please make sure you subscribe. And if you're on any of the other platforms, just hit that follow for us. All right. So.
All right.
First topic. The misconception that Black women can't have long hair.
Ooh, yeah. That's a big misconception.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's the most ignorant one of all time, especially by other Black people, which is crazy. Now, every now and then you might get approached by somebody outside of your race. You have longer hair, like some ignorant statements have been made with, But apparently, there was some Black gentleman who approached to me, she probably is like a few shades lighter than me, so maybe like real light brown skin, maybe. And he literally saw that all of her hair was hers. Yes, it was straightened in some form. It wasn't like bone straightening. It had some body in it. Or not, probably like freshly blown out.
Okay.
And he pretty much was like, hey, like, what do you mix with? And she was just like, what do you mean? Like black and black, like I'm black, we black. Like, like, what are you talking about? And he was like, no.
He made a couple of assumptions.
Like, you had like really long hair and your features look like a specific type of way. She was like, not really. Like, and I'm telling you, just like a regular black lady to me. I mean, she's pretty, whatever, but like, it wasn't to the point where though you would think. To be honest, a lot of us over here mixed up with something, anyways. Like
whether it's known what it is or not, more than likely there's
most of us mixture, something. Like it just is what it is. Like, why do you care that much to even ask her that? Like, you thought she was attractive. That was not a good segue in.
Not even.
Not at all. Even if you liked her hair.
Yeah, and that's not.
Newsflash, buddy. A lot of Black women actually have long hair up under those wigs and weaves that they wear.
It's part of the reason why a lot of them wear them, to protect their hair.
Or so they think they are. A lot of times they in the sun, like
there's
whatever. There's Black women with long hair that is theirs.
Yes.
There's a bunch of reasons on why they might be wearing wigs, weaves. Heck, I got a protective style right now. Twist, and my hair is long, believe it or not. It was out. What, the last podcast or something? It was
episode 29. It was blown out.
But like the fact that you think Black women don't have hair, now there could be a bunch of reasons why Black women might not have long hair. They could not be taken care of.
That's true.
Genetics, like there's a lot of things that play factors.
Maybe they just don't want to manage or deal with long hair. Yeah, it could just be a simple personal choice. I don't want that.
In its natural state, depending on the climate, can be very tedious.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, but that is a huge misconception, and y'all need to cut that shit out. Absolutely, y'all need to cut that out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know. Weird question though.
Yeah.
Anywho, so how was some of y'all waking up angry every day? This is a question I just had. I don't understand this, man. I work with people that come in knowing that they probably, because of the type of schedule hours we work, bro, like they come in. I can't say where I work. Just know that I work in some type of upper management. Put it that way. They get in there, and I mean, you would think somebody pissed in their cornflakes. I'm like, bro, like this is why people's moods are the way that they are. This is why people can't coexist with other people. This is why a lot of arguments get started because you already got a bad attitude.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning. And people using the excuse. I hate this excuse right here. I'm just not a morning person. That's an excuse.
You cannot be a morning person and not be an ass.
That's
Like,
an excuse.
you know.
I don't care. It's an excuse. Even
you don't
if you're
have.
not the
That's
type
what I'm
person-
saying. You don't have to be an ass just because you don't like to get up in the morning. You don't have to be an ass. That's your choice to do that.
It is.
Yeah.
For you not to be alert, awake. First of all, at your grown adult age, like you really doing too much at this point in time because you are not on a proper sleep schedule. It has nothing to do with anybody else because that's usually what it is.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you not being a morning person. You just don't know how to take your butt to bed
At a reasonable time.
Usually.
Yeah.
I'm just not a morning person. I don't feel like being talked to. No, you can feel like being talked to. You can put yourself in a mood to where as though you can deal with others.
Yeah.
Even if you are somewhat moody that day.
Yeah, then I mean that's what I was getting ready to say. Like on some real shit. I wake up frustrated quite a bit, but I know why I'm waking up that way, and I also know it's no one else's problem but mine. Like I can't make that everyone else's problem. Like first thing I gotta do after I get up, I gotta get my daughter up for school. I'm not starting her day off like that. So I gotta real quick in the time I get up to the time I go wake her up, I gotta get my shit together. But I wake up most of the time like I'm procrastinating on doing shit I need to do, like cleaning my room. If my room is a mess, my mental is screwed. If I don't clean up my room, it's part of the OCD that I have to an extent. I have a little bit of it. Like I know what I'm doing. I know I'm choosing not to handle it. So when I wake up and I look around, I go, God damn. And I'm like, damn, Trish, that's my fault. No one else's fault. So that doesn't have to go outside of me or outside of my room. Y'all are choosing to carry that with you when you leave that house. And that's not necessary. You don't need to do that.
Evil,
yeah.
Spirit, like, fix it.
Right.
No, heck, maybe you need to get up and start praying in the morning. Maybe that'll help you get in a mood.
Stop rolling out of the bed and standing up on your feet immediately. Like if you're one of those people who wants 20 minutes to wake up, lay in a bed for 20 minutes. Scroll.
Over and picking your phone up because a lot of times it's bad news on anyway.
Look, my grandfather.
It's like you just need to fix it because that is a choice.
My grandfather.
It is a choice. I
don't
care what you say. Even as a 12, 13-year-old, when you hitting adolescence, that is a choice. Yes, teenagers are moody past a certain point. We all been there. We've been through puberty, yada yada. If I woke up with a bad attitude in the morning, my mother was liable to pop me over the head. Okay. So at the end of the day, it is a choice.
Yeah.
You can choose to deal with people. I'm not saying wake up and be springy and happy. Like you don't have to do that.
Yeah, you're choosing to carry the bad mood outside, and you don't have to do that.
Like you just don't.
No.
Like get over it. Get over yourself.
Yeah. You don't have to carry it with you.
It is very selfish of you to be out in society operating like that.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, next topic. For y'all that don't know, I'm a Chicago Sky fan. One of my favorite basketball players played for the Chicago Sky, which is Angel Reese. She's a fellow Baltimorean.
Hey.
Now, I will say this. Chennedy Carter will more than likely not be returning to the Chicago Sky next season.
Why? Is it a personal choice?
It is whoever's in charge of between the owner and the new head coach. I was going to say,
do we know who that is yet?
Yes.
Okay.
He was a coach that was on the Las Vegas Aces.
I randomly meant to ask you I meant to ask you if you knew if that had been announced yet, but I didn't. I forgot.
It was announced probably back in November.
Okay.
That he became the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Apparently he's really good with player development and stuff like that. So that'll be good for that whole entire team, especially because their team was built off of 2 rookies that got drafted last year. But
so she's probably not coming back, Chennedy.
Yeah, because she's like a restricted free agent.
Right.
So technically what that means is she could still be returning if Chicago decided to. But right now it looks like they're going to let her explore other options or whatever. But that doesn't mean the Chicago Sky has to let her go. They're just letting her explore.
Right.
So you got a 50-50 shot that she might be returning next year. She might not. But I think she's probably going to try to shop around. But to me, I feel like because she wasn't one of the players that kissed up to the owner last year, she wasn't one of the ones that came back. Because I don't know by the grace of God why Dana Evans is back. She was not that great last season at all. She should not have came back. I understand she's been a Chicago Sky for a while, but sometimes you gotta not learn how to hang on to players. She went, and apparently the rumor is she's one of the players that cried to the owner about how things was going with the last coach.
I had a feeling you were getting ready to say that.
And I don't know how well that's going to pan out in their locker room and all that other stuff. But
yeah, that's going to be...
That's getting a bit weird. Also, they do have a decent draft pick this year coming up. So who knows who the Chicago Sky is going to draft. They need another guard, like a solid guard. But also there's a couple other free agents in the league like right now. So they could potentially get like Kelsey Plum from the Las Vegas Aces, which that would be a catch. Because that girl can hoop left-handed. Like, she got a nice little mid-jumper. She can shoot the three. She can drive to the bucket. Like, she pretty much a good all-around player. I don't know how well she played defense on Caitlin Clark, but she got the energy to keep up with her, though.
Okay.
I don't think she has the length to guard somebody like Caitlin Clark, though. Like, Caitlin Clark has issues when people that are lengthy guard her because she like to run off a lot of screens. And a lot of longer players, them screens not going to screen, like, you're not going to be able to screen for too long. That's how she gets open enough to be able to get her shot off. Like, they run her a bunch of screens. So, I don't know. We will see. But Chennedy Carter would definitely be a loss because to me, I'm gonna be honest, she has the best mid-range jumper in the whole league.
Yeah, when she's on fire, she's on fire.
She is.
Yeah.
But the other problem with Chennedy Carter is her attitude.
You can we saw a couple games. You can literally see when she gets in her head, and you're not getting anything else out of her after she gets in her head.
But my thing is, her playing with a player like Angel Reese, Angel know how to calm her down.
Yeah.
So she wasn't getting,
you could see that. You saw that quite a few times. If you were actually watching, you could see that happening. Like playing out, but that cannot always be the fallback plan. So there's got to be growth all around.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a couple other guards that they could potentially get around the league, but they need somebody that got a nice that can guard and that can drive and shoot. And Chennedy Carter can do all. So I don't know, man. They gonna lose a real
I think they are too.
Now. My thing is, was it the owner's decision to be like, no, we don't need her back because of
or is it like I was gonna say, or is it maybe the team doesn't want her?
I felt like Dana Evans felt like Chennedy Carter was getting a lot of playing time, which she should have because Chennedy Carter is a better player than you. I'm sorry. Now, apparently Dana Evans used to be that, and when Dana Evans was on this season, which wasn't a whole hell of a lot to me, about every 2 games or whatever, like she was lit. Like. Sorry about it. They bringing back Kayla Onyenwere or whatever her name is. The one that ended up, she was on the bench at the start of the season. Mid-season, they took off the bench and she was on fire.
Okay.
So, I'm here for it.
We'll see.
We will see. All right. So, do you feel like modern day women are fit to be wives?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I think overall the purpose of the marriage, the sight has been lost. So I don't know if that's every woman, but I feel like men and women have lost sight of what is actually supposed to be.
Well, you gotta remember, we got a whole generation that's being fed a bunch of BS. That red pill talk is a bunch of BS. It targets a lot of men who are weaker minded. It blames the female for the most part about a lot of the issues that these men can be fixing on their own. Because some of these issues are from the male. It's not from the female's perspective. On the other side of the fence, you got a bunch of women who really don't understand what their role is or should be inside of a relationship. So they don't even know what they to go in a relationship expecting. And some of them don't even really want to be in relationships. They want to use men for what they can do, and then later on realize that, I've been going down the wrong path. Yeah, you're trying to fix the path, and the path is like, I'm not gonna say it's too late, but it's just gonna be hard to do it because they're going around. Like marriage wasn't originally designed for the way that people are using marriage now. They're using like a damn tool. So it's just like,
a lot of people are.
At the end of the day, like you're never gonna have a successful marriage. And then you got a bunch of dudes that's like, man, I ain't never get married because like if I get divorced, I gotta pay all this money. First of all, if you're going to merge with that attitude, that means that your picker is off. And I hate to say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. A lot of y'all men have to realize that part of y'all picker is off. Y'all pick the same types of female constantly because you're attracted to her. And I'm not just talking about physically. Y'all are attached to like toxic traits, really toxic traits at that, like extreme ones, and don't realize that like that's what's making you attracted to this woman. And it's good in the beginning, and then that shit blows up in your face.
Right.
Or you become disinterested, or she gave you everything. First of all, if a woman is giving you everything right at the forefront, that is not your wife.
Yeah.
Y'all are not dating for marriage.
No.
But then say these women ain't good. No, you're literally dating women that should not be married, and they're not ready to be married. So you're talking trash about somebody that's not really built to be in a relationship in the first place.
Right.
But yet you get yourself in a relationship with them. A lot of this responsibility is on y'all for real. Yes, it's on the female to accept. And a lot of them are immature. They don't have the proper guidance. A lot of them don't really know what a good marriage looks like. A lot of them won't get a mentor that has been married, or talk to somebody that has been married or is still married or whatever. Like y'all see this stuff from afar and assume that it's not attainable. A healthy marriage is it's attainable. Y'all just don't know that it's attainable because y'all are filling y'all minds with all this garbage and this trash.
Right, and people don't want to put in the work.
People is not gonna help.
Yeah, and people don't want to put in the work. It's work.
They don't.
It's work.
Y'all standards in the toilet. Y'all really don't know what standards are. Y'all really don't know what y'all expect or what y'all should be expecting out of a partner in a marriage. So your marriage is going to continuously sink. Or in your relationships, because Lord and behold, you actually make it to the relationship too.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I'm not just gonna blame that on the female.
No.
Yes, there's a lot of trans women. They worried about what aesthetics they can have, obtained.
Yeah, there are.
They're not worried about making a house into a home. They worried about having a house and then throwing a kid in a broken home. That's what they want.
Yeah. Ooh.
But anywho, here we go. Do you believe that anyone can get rich?
I really don't know. I think everyone has potential, but does everyone have the drive? Certainly not. Does everyone have the possibilities? No, for sure not. Because a lot of it is the drive. A lot of it is the opportunities that you're given. Some of it is what you earn, but sometimes it's just a simple matter of what you're given to give you the opportunities. Some people don't have that.
I don't even think it's the given part. What I think it is the lack of education. It's not.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely that.
But it's the thing. We live in a current day and age where people who aren't starting to frame their mind on wealth and how to get there, it's your fault. It is literally your fault at this point. It is too much information out there for you not to start trying to invest yourself. And I just came to that realization probably like a week ago. It is really on us. The fact that we can't draw in wealth and attract some type of money towards us is our fault. And no, everybody's not going to be super rich, but you need to at least be driving towards a point where you can take care of not only yourself, you have children, your children, thinking about their wealth, how they're going to make money, how can you keep money coming in for them? Is there a way you can invest in them? Is there a way you can invest in yourself? There's ways that you can make money and have your money make money. And there's a lot of ways out there to do it. And a lot of times you don't even need a ton of money to make that happen. You just have to have a starting point to make it happen. So it's like one of those, we were done wrong as a society by not teaching finances and financial education in schools. We basically out here learning it on our own at this point. None of us had it.
No,
weren't
not
educated
really.
on it, and now trying to figure it out. Like, my thing is this: we all can obtain it at a point. We now live in an era with so many younger self-made millionaires because of social media. There is a way that you can make money. You just don't know what it is at this point in time. It is attainable. It is possible. The problem is a lot of people don't have drive or focus. And once you figure it out, if you have your money making money for you, you don't really have to spend a ton of time. You need time though to start it off. But as time goes on, like you'll notice that you need less and less time to keep making money. Because now you figured out the language of money. Money is its own language within its own. Like, yes, some people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm not really good at math and I don't understand numbers. Maybe the numbers portion of it, like I'm not gonna tell you go out there and make an investment if you're not gonna make smart investments.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you making a gamble when you invest in companies and whatever else. So like you gotta be somewhat educated in how money moves for that aspect. But there's also ways that people can invest and buy up businesses without even buying stocks, which is something that's a whole nother ball game. Like you just gotta figure out what it is that drives you, how you can make the money and stick to it. A lot of people, they give up after the first 5-6 months of something not going the way that they want it to go instead of just sticking it out.
Yeah, that's true.
You had people that have bought businesses for next to nothing because people have to get out. Like we are about to run into a generation where like the baby boomers get ready to start retiring, and a lot of them they're not passing their businesses down to their kids, or their kids don't want to run them. So they're gonna be trying to get out of their contracts. There's ways where you can obtain their business, have them in a contract to where as though you pretty much paying them off as the business is going on. Like they get certain percentages out of the year. You paying them off while you still buying the business from them. You don't have to have all the money up front or outright. But that's a whole nother topic. Like I'm not well versed in that. I just know that is a thing and it is possible to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, we gotta figure out like as a society, like how to, because right now what it looks like for real is you got poor people out here defending the rich, and that's why the country get ready to take a turn to where it's get ready to take a turn. Like they don't care about you if you in the lower class.
They don't care.
Hell, they barely care about the middle class for real. The middle class is paying a hell of a lot of taxes.
They only care about the top whatever percent. Yeah, they're gonna tell you they care though, but they don't.
And then we got somebody talking about the other revenue service, but we're gonna leave that one alone because people don't understand how terrorists really work. So we're gonna go ahead on over here.
Yeah, we're gonna let that one go.
All right, here we go. What does investing in yourself look like?
Ooh. I don't know. See, because that I'm learning how to do that. I'm doing that. I'm 30, whatever. I'm not gonna tell you how old, but I really have not done that. So I think the first thing I did was be by myself. Like to get to know myself, to start separating who I am from who I am in relation to everyone else. Like besides being a mother, everything else had to fall for a while, and I had to figure out how to be with myself. To start figuring what do I need, what do I want, what are the habits I need to change, what are things I need to deal with that was the thing that I had to start to do, and I'm still working on figuring all that out because it's a lot to untangle within that. But I had to be with myself. I had to start there.
Well, that's the starting point.
Yeah, and that's going for me because you understand all that.
So you gonna look at it as being with yourself. For me, I'm starting to get back to the point where though I'm like, I know I can't do anything without my Lord and Savior type.
Right.
Like, so at the end of the day, it's not really me and what I can do for me. It's me investing in him so that he invests back in me.
Right.
At the end of the day, I know that I have a lot of growing to do on the inside as far as like my mental, Because a lot of times we'll have thoughts and stuff, and the thoughts are not, we think it's us thinking the thoughts, right? But how it's set up, like spirituality, right? A lot of times we think we having like these old negative thoughts, and it's really not us. It's the devil trying to impose himself on us. It's negative spirits and energies around us, right?
Yeah.
They can be driven away. Because a lot of times, like, God be talking to us, but we so daggone hard-headed, we don't be listening.
Yeah.
Right? He is our Father. And if you're not Christian, hey, that's fine. But this is my faith, and that is what it is. I've had plenty of experience with the Holy Spirit, so I already know he exists. So I just leave that alone. But I will say this. It's a faint voice that you'll have in your head. And then 9 times out of 10 is usually the first thought. And most of the time, that's usually Jesus. If it's something bad, like something you know you shouldn't be doing, something that he does not want us to do, as stated in the Bible, 9 times out of 10, that is not your voice in your head. That is literally the devil trying to put thoughts inside of your mind, and then you falling victim to him because you know you shouldn't be doing something, but you keep doing it.
Yeah, see, it's not my first thought. For me, I've believed for a long time. It kind of was based off of what my mother used to say. My mother always used to be a big advocate. She always just tells us to trust your gut, your first gut instinct. I don't think it's us. I think instead of my thoughts, that's how he talks to me. It's my gut instinct, because it never has led me wrong.
It's not an instinct, it's him.
Right, exactly, but that's right. But I don't think it's a thought. It's just a feeling. Like, it's just a feeling. Like,
I guarantee you, if you listen close enough and you calm your mind down, you won't hear him speak.
No, yeah, because Lord knows my mind is still a jumbled hot mess.
Yeah, if you calm yourself down enough and actually stay in the pot for a little bit and actually really start praying, like, you will hear him eventually. Especially if you asking for the things that you know you need, or asking for him to remove things from your life and keep praying them prayers, you're going to start hearing him talk to you. Trust and believe. Because I'm trying to tell you, I was talking to him the other night driving home. He told me turn that music off in that car and drive in silence, and I sure did. And I'm trying to tell you,
you never do that.
Deer ran out, like, was in the road in front of my car. Because I was like, bro, if this really you, I need to know.
Yeah, you never drive in silence.
I was like,
never.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things, like, I'm not gonna say I'm like all the way there. Like, I'm just like getting back into the swing of things. Like, it just is what it is. That's part of investing in myself, because I already know that he's gonna bring me what I need, not necessarily what I want. Because sometimes what we want ain't all the way what we need.
No, yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna say he's not eventually gonna get to what I want.
Right.
But it has to be through his path and not mine. Right. I could try to guide and steer the ship all I want to.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well for you.
That's not always gonna pan out right.
Trust me, it doesn't.
As far as making actual investments into myself, into the world, besides like feeding myself the word or whatever, is legit. Prime example, the finances, like starting to dabble into that. Being able to ask questions about like specific finances, like the stock market, I've been kind of dabbling with that anyway. So that's a whole nother thing. And I don't want to just be dibbling and dabbling anymore. Right. I want to like actually educate myself on it.
Right.
But as far as like the physical and stuff, like making sure that like I'm not just eating a bunch of fast food all the time. Because definitely at work it's a lot harder, especially like the type of schedule I have, being able to take food to work and stick to that. And then like the type of job I had, people always ordering food left and right. I'm like, dang, like even if you bring some food later on in the night, they want to still be eating. I'm like, bro, like there is no way that I should still be eating at this time of the night. And then making my fasting window an actual thing, like sticking to it. As far as that has to become a lifestyle. It can't just be that's something I'm doing a few times of the year. Because your fasting window, after like 13 hours is when your body really starts to process all of your nutrients that's sitting inside of your bloodstream. Yeah, your intestines already has started breaking that stuff down, but your body doesn't actually start using it until like 13 hours in. So if you constantly put processed foods in your body, you already know your body won't have a hard time breaking that down. That's probably gonna turn into fat or whatever else. Not really a good thing. We getting older, like just making sure that I'm investing in, care of myself. I feel like a lot of women, like, we get out of control past the point. If our mind is out of control, our body is out of control, our head is out of control. Like, invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Anyway, moving along. What was your review of Kitchen and Kocktails? We went to Kitchen and Kocktails last week for her birthday, in DC.
Mm-hmm. Lord,
what was your review?
Every once in a while trip, and it's all the way worth it. Everything
super rich. I'm just going.
The drinks were good. The food was. It was all. It's one. Not a complaint nowhere, but it's every once in a while type of.
Yeah, you can't. Speaking of investing in yourself, that is not a meal that you're gonna be able to just eat on a regular.
No,
it is a bunch of. To me, it's a bunch of mixed, like, variations of soul food.
Yeah. It was delicious.
I mean,
that egg roll.
They had an egg roll that tastes like Thanksgiving dinner.
Bruh.
It had
collard greens,
collard greens,
mac and cheese, and smoked turkey.
Oh my.
Man,
it tastes just like Thanksgiving in the.
It didn't need nothing. I don't even know what. I didn't even try the sauce. What was it? I didn't even try it. I don't even know what it was.
Sauce? I can't remember what the sauce.
I don't know what it was, but it didn't need it.
It resembled like some sweet sauce, but they had like I don't know what the additional, like what they added in the additional, but it had like a little kick.
It didn't know. I mean, it was good. Your mother wants to go, so we'll go back with her mother at some point, but that's not going to be soon.
Then what else? I had the grits. Oh my gosh, it was like these cheese cream sauce grits.
Yeah, I don't know.
And salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, no. That's the type of meal that you eat and pass out, which you should not be doing.
Yeah,
it was good though.
It's very good. It's worth it. It's worth the money. It's not like these, because it's a higher end, still not as expensive as it could be, but it was worth it. It's worth the trip. It's vibey.
Definitely go.
Oh, it's vibey. Lots of photo ops, but just.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it was a vibe.
Oh, it's a vibe.
I would say definitely try it out.
Yeah, everyone try it out. It's Black owned too.
It is Black owned. There's like 6 or 7 of them now in the United States.
I was gonna say, I think it might be maybe at most 5 or 6. I think. I know it was.
I know Texas definitely have.
Yeah, it's not too many. There's certainly less than 10, but yeah. So
Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, DC. Yeah, it's worth it. It.
Look them up.
It's worth it.
Maybe there is like an area near you. Anywho, let us know what you guys think about this podcast in the comments below. And any restaurants that you might know. Every now and then, we like to hit up a good restaurant, but like I said, I'm trying to stay away from some of that stuff. So
it's every once in a while now.
Yeah. Like, comment,
share,
subscribe,
come back and see us.
Hit that notification bell. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.